Welcome to FlyEaglesFly News, where Eagles fans get the latest, fastest, and hottest updates. Hit subscribe and fly high with us. There has been an increasing buzz in the sports world that Jalen Hurts, the electrifying quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, might be considering a departure from the team that has been his home for several seasons. Rumors have been circulating through various sports circles, social media platforms, and even casual conversations among fans who are beginning to speculate whether the once stable partnership between Hurts and the Eagles management could be reaching an unexpected crossroads. Hurts, known for his dual-threat capabilities and leadership on the field, has been pivotal in shaping the Eagles' offensive identity. Yet whispers suggest that differences in vision between the player and the front office may be emerging. Some insiders hint that Hurts could be exploring opportunities where his playing style and ambitions are more aligned with team strategies, potentially opening doors to a new franchise that could offer him both autonomy and a fresh challenge. Fans have been divided, with some expressing disbelief that a quarterback so central to the Eagles' recent success might leave, while others speculate that this move could redefine the league's quarterback landscape. The story is still unfolding, and sources close to the situation remain tight-lipped, creating a swirl of uncertainty that fuels even more speculation. Adding to the speculation is the recent chatter about potential suitors who could be seriously interested in acquiring a quarterback of Hurts' caliber. The rumors are pointing to multiple teams in the league that are in need of a transformative presence under center, suggesting that Hurts might not have to look far to find a franchise willing to invest heavily in his talents. Some analysts are saying that if Hurts does indeed depart, it would not only be a major shakeup for the Eagles, but could also trigger a domino effect across the NFL, influencing draft strategies, trade negotiations, and free agent signings. There's also talk that Hurts himself has been quietly assessing his options, engaging in informal conversations with agents and league insiders, weighing factors such as team culture, offensive systems, and long-term championship potential. Every small signal, from cryptic social media posts to subtle shifts in training patterns, has been magnified by the rumor mill, leaving fans, commentators, and even casual observers deeply intrigued by what might be the most consequential quarterback storyline of the season. The very idea of Hurts in another uniform has sparked debates on forums, sports shows, and podcasts as speculation becomes a fascinating blend of analysis, hope, and uncertainty. The intrigue surrounding Hurts' possible exit is intensified by his undeniable role in the Eagles' recent performance trends. He has consistently demonstrated the ability to orchestrate high-pressure plays and adapt dynamically to defensive schemes. Yet the ongoing rumors imply that there could be underlying tensions regarding play calling, team direction, or contractual arrangements. Some sources suggest that discussions behind closed doors have been ongoing for months, hinting that the decision might be far from impulsive and instead part of a carefully considered plan. Fans who have followed Hurts since his college days at Alabama Crimson Tide recall his drive, focus, and ambition, traits that could very well motivate a move to a team that matches his competitive aspiration. Speculation about his next potential destination is rampant, with various franchises rumored to be ready to offer lucrative contracts, leadership roles, and the chance to redefine their offensive identity. In turn, this fuels a cycle of anticipation, analysis, and debate among commentators and sports analysts, who dissect every possible scenario and highlight how Hurts' potential movement could reshape rivalries, strategies, and the overall dynamics of the league. The uncertainty alone has made this one of the most talked about topics in football circles. Adding to the mystery is how the Eagles organization might respond to this emerging narrative. Management has remained unusually quiet, issuing statements that are broad and non-committal, leaving room for fans and media to speculate about the true state of affairs. Analysts are now focusing on subtle cues from team meetings, player interactions, and off-field behaviors to try to detect signs of any internal shifts or disagreements. Rumors suggest that the Eagles might be evaluating potential quarterback replacements, preparing contingency plans that could mitigate the impact of losing a star player like Hurts. At the same time, there's talk that Hurts' potential exit could spark a reevaluation of the team's overall offensive philosophy, prompting strategic adjustments that might affect playbooks, coaching staff decisions, and even scouting priorities. While nothing is confirmed, the very presence of these rumors is enough to generate an air of suspense around the franchise, keeping fans glued to updates and speculation threads. eager to decipher every hint, every tweet, and every insider tip that could provide a clue about Hurts' future and the Eagles' next move. Another layer to consider is the financial implications if Hurts decides to leave the Eagles. Reports suggest that any move involving a quarterback of his talent would likely involve intricate negotiations, salary cap considerations, and long-term contractual commitments. Teams interested in Hurts would need to structure offers that balance immediate impact with sustainable investment, which could include guaranteed money, performance incentives, and leadership roles that reinforce his central position in the squad. Analysts predict that the potential for a blockbuster contract could attract attention from multiple franchises simultaneously, increasing both competition and intrigue. This financial dimension only adds to the whirlwind of speculation, as it raises questions about how teams prioritize talent, investment, and long-term planning in the context of high-stakes league dynamics. Fans are not just debating the on-field consequences of a potential Hurts departure. They are also immersed in discussions about the broader strategic and economic ramifications, imagining how this move could influence other signings, draft strategies, and the overall competitive balance of the league. Lastly, the human element cannot be overlooked in the swirling rumors about Hurts. Beyond contracts, statistics, and team strategies lies the reality of a young athlete considering his professional and personal growth, team dynamics, and legacy in the sport. Sources suggest that Hurts is evaluating environments that align with his ambitions and leadership style, considering not just the immediate success, but the cultural and developmental fit. The narrative is rich with potential storylines: the star quarterback seeking new challenges, a team bracing for transition, and a fanbase caught between hope and anxiety. Every public appearance, interview, or social media post becomes a potential piece of the puzzle, feeding the speculative frenzy. As the situation develops, the sports world is left on edge, grappling with a mix of excitement, uncertainty, and curiosity about what might be the next chapter in the career of one of the league's most dynamic and talked about quarterbacks. The rumor alone has become a storyline that transcends games, stats, and headlines, captivating the imagination of fans nationwide. The speculation surrounding Jalen Hurts' potential departure is also fueling an intense discussion about the future identity of the Philadelphia Eagles. If Hurts were to leave, the team would face a critical juncture in its development, as the quarterback position is not merely about executing plays, but embodies the very leadership, personality, and competitive drive of the squad. Rumors suggest that the Eagles' front office might already be exploring options, ranging from high-profile trades to internal talent development, potentially shaking up the roster in ways that could surprise even the most seasoned observers. Fans and analysts are debating which direction the team could take, whether they will pursue a quarterback with a similar dual-threat skill set, adapt their offensive strategy to fit a different style, or even commit to a transitional phase that involves a mix of veteran leadership and emerging talent. This layer of uncertainty is only intensifying the buzz around Hurts, as each report, insider tip, or cryptic statement from the organization becomes a potential piece of a much larger puzzle. The situation has evolved beyond a simple player-team discussion into a storyline that could define the next several seasons of the franchise's trajectory and, by extension, influence the competitive landscape of the league. Adding further intrigue to the scenario is the ripple effect Hurts' departure could have on the rest of the NFL. Multiple teams are rumored to be assessing how a move like this might improve their playoff chances or reshape their long-term planning, creating a web of speculation that is almost impossible to untangle. Analysts are discussing scenarios where a blockbuster trade or signing could trigger a chain reaction, influencing everything from draft picks to coaching strategies and salary cap management. Every whisper about Hurts' preferences, ambitions, or potential destinations is amplified because of the strategic consequences his movement could trigger. Beyond the immediate tactical considerations, there's also a narrative component. The league loves a story about a transformative quarterback taking a bold step to redefine his career. Fans are envisioning Hurts in different uniforms, imagining how he might fit into alternative offensive systems, and debating which franchises could best harness his unique skill set. This speculative atmosphere is driving engagement, creating a cultural moment where social media, sports talk shows, and online communities are all trying to anticipate what could be a defining event of the football season. Meanwhile, the speculation is also touching on Hurts' personal motivations and how they could be influencing his potential decision. Sources suggest that he might be seeking a platform that allows him to fully express his leadership style, make impactful decisions on and off the field, and cement a legacy that aligns with his ambitions. There is talk that Hurts could be weighing factors beyond money or immediate team success, focusing instead on long-term growth, team culture, and the opportunity to be the centerpiece of a champion's hip-caliber franchise. The rumor mill has latched onto subtle indicators, interviews in which he emphasizes leadership, glimpses of interactions with teammates that suggest a desire for stronger cohesion, and patterns in his training and preparation routines that hint at a readiness for new challenges. Fans and commentators alike are dissecting these small clues, trying to infer whether Hurts is leaning toward staying loyal to the Eagles or embracing a bold, potentially career-defining move. This aspect of the narrative adds a human and emotional layer to the speculation, making the story more compelling than a simple trade or roster adjustment. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. Complicating matters further is the way the media ecosystem has amplified every hint of movement. Each report, whether from reputable insiders or less verified social media sources, is immediately dissected, reinterpreted, and debated, creating a continuous feedback loop of speculation. Sports shows are dedicating segments to what-if scenarios. Online forums are flooded with fan theories about potential destinations, and analysts are constructing elaborate models to predict how a Hurts transfer could affect the standings, playoff probabilities, and team dynamics. The sheer volume of discourse adds intensity to the rumor, as fans are encouraged to consider every possible permutation. What if he joins a rival team? What if a trade involves multiple franchises? Or what if the Eagles decide to pivot their entire offensive philosophy around a new quarterback? This heightened media attention ensures that even minor details are magnified, giving the narrative a life of its own. In this environment, Hurts' next move is no longer just a matter for the team. It becomes a cultural event that engages the league, its fans, and the broader sports media ecosystem. At the same time, the speculation is shining a spotlight on the Eagles' broader organizational strategy and how they might handle such a pivotal moment. Rumors suggest that management is carefully balancing the public narrative, trying to maintain stability while also signaling flexibility in their approach to key players and roster adjustments. There is discussion that internal planning could involve recruiting high-potential talent, exploring trade options, or even adjusting the coaching staff to accommodate a potential shift at quarterback. Analysts are weighing these possibilities and debating how quickly the Eagles could adapt if Hurts does leave, considering both short-term performance and long-term growth trajectories. This strategic dimension of the rumor adds layers of complexity, as the speculation is not just about a single player's movement, but about an entire franchise recalibrating its priorities and positioning itself for sustained success. Fans are captivated because the implications extend far beyond the immediate season, offering a glimpse into the delicate balance between leadership, talent management, and championship aspiration. Finally, the rumors surrounding Jalen Hurts' future are captivating because they touch on the intersection of talent, ambition, and the ever-present unpredictability of professional sports. Every new report, observation, or insider comment fuels a narrative that is as much about the potential drama as it is about tangible outcomes. Speculators are imagining scenarios where Hurts thrives in a new environment, reinvents his career, and perhaps even challenges established stars in the league. Meanwhile, Eagles fans are left contemplating a world where their franchise must navigate a transition at one of the most crucial positions in football. The story has evolved into a multi-dimensional saga that encompasses personal ambition, organizational strategy, fan engagement, media amplification, and the unpredictable nature of sports dynamics. What makes it particularly engaging is that no definitive information has been released, leaving a continuous space for speculation, interpretation, and passionate discussion. In essence, the narrative of Hurts potentially leaving the Eagles has become a living, breathing story, one that is capturing the imagination of anyone who follows football. From casual observers to die-hard fans, all waiting to see how this chapter unfolds. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.